Welcome to the making of One of a Kind. I wanted to make something that involved film photography and printmaking. And there were a few story concepts that I was playing around with, but as I was developing them, they were kind of ballooning beyond what I thought would fit comfortably under 3 minutes. And nothing really sat right with me, so I decided to just kind of stick to the core idea and do something about a street photographer and the philosophy around his art. With about a month in total to get this done, I conscripted my friend Reegan to play the lead role, and we got to it. First thing I shot was the monologue in an interview style in my living. Although when I started editing, I felt it wasn't really working, so I didn't end up using any of it. More on that in a bit. We spent the following day walking around to get the street photography footage. I had a good idea of what I needed, but we kind of just went around to see what we could find. It was just myself, Reegan, and Kat, who handled getting releases signed and carrying stuff. This was a pretty busy weekend, and I managed to find a great space to use for my darkroom scenes. Had a couple of hiccups that ate up a few hours, but managed to get what I needed. I shot all of the camera and darkroom close-up inserts at home, so those are my hands in the final product. The titles were photographed off my computer display onto film, and then I shot those negatives digitally, so there was a lot of digital to analog to digital stuff going on. Since I wanted to go with a little bit of a different tone with the monologue, which at this point just became a narration, Reegan came back over and we recorded that. I used my NTG3 mic, which I like to call my magic wand. I wanted to go with a fast-paced montage, edited in time with a score that didn't exist yet, which was being composed by another friend of mine, Komus. So I ended up using a 120 BPM click track to make sure that everything fit. This way he had a frame to build upon and we could work completely independently. Once I pretty much had everything in place, it was time for Foley. I recorded a bunch of stuff outside as well as a ton of it inside. Camera sounds and larger sounds, all of the little details, and there is no location sound in this film at all. Since I was making this film to submit to the My Road Reel competition, I felt that audio was of paramount importance. Well, it always is, but I really wanted to nail it here with a very complex and detailed sound design to match the hyperactive editing style. I'm not a sound guy, but I tried my best. With around 150 cuts and even more audio elements, this is probably the most complex 3 minutes of editing that I've ever put together. I'm content with the result, and I hope you enjoy it.